Our first game was in Youngstown State, in Youngstown, Ohio, and we played Youngstown State. It was a quadruple overtime game, 4 overtimes. So I'm playing. I was playing 48 minutes. I had like 16, 5, and 4. I was dominating. Mind you, I'm a first year in D1, bro. Starting point guard, we get a dub.
Good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Quadruple overtime, and I always point out the quadruple overtime because it's like that's like more minutes, reps that I got in that game, and then like we won, and then from that point on, I was a starting point guard for the rest of the season. Even when guys got healthy, I was still the starting point guard. So my confidence was at like the highest level. So I went to going getting 16 to getting 25, 30, 18, 29, 33, like going crazy.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, damn, like, but it was more of it wasn't my game changed, my mind changed.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I was always nice.
That was a real mental sport, though.
It's always mental.
Yeah.
It's always mental.
Especially at that level. Everybody is good.
Yeah.
It's the ones that mentally can be confident and believe. Well, you got to have the right belief system. And I started to believe in myself because of the timing that worked out for me. Yeah. And then like I just took off. I was like MAC Rookie of the Year. I was MAC Rookie of the Week 7 times. I was leading scorer as a freshman. Like all these things happened. We were having a bad year because we had so many. At one point, we only had 6, 7 guys on roster.
Yeah.
So after the season, my coach was like, "Look, they just called me. I'm gonna get fired. Like I'm not gonna be y'all coach next year." So I'm like, "Damn, like I came here because you coach. Like you a black, you a brother. Like I can relate to you. Like that's why I came here." He was like, "I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but like I'm just letting you guys know that you know." It's like the last game of the season, I'm getting fired. So I'm like, damn. So I called my AAU coach, Squirrel, RIP Squirrel, AKA Duty. Like my coach is getting fired. Like, should I stay? Like, should I transfer? I know you got a lot of other schools. Like my name was buzzing a little bit from prep school and then also dominant at that level. But mind you, back then in 2003, it wasn't normal for like to transfer from like a low mid-major and then like go ACC. That wasn't like,
transfer portal was a thing back then.
Yeah, nobody was doing that. So I remember my dad put a highlight tape together of all my makes, every shot I made, 3s, 2s, like it was just all makes. And he literally sent that tape out to every school in the country, like every school. So at the crazy part is back then, shout out Fran McCaffrey, who was the new coach that came in. He's coaching the Iowa. He's had much success, but I just couldn't relate to Fran. He didn't have like that. My coach Lanier, my old coach that got fired, was like cool, walk in, demeanor. Yeah. Fred McCaffrey was like, hey, Jack, like stickler, like which is ain't nothing wrong with that. It just, it wasn't relatable to me, and like I'm about relatability. Yeah, like that's why you see now a lot of coaches are young players because they're relatable.
It's a players league now.
It's a players league. So Fred McCaffrey comes, I'm like, I'm going to transfer. He comes, tries to talk me into not transferring. Then what Siena did, they were like, all right, well, if you're going to transfer, you can't go to Virginia. They put like a veto on me. I can't go to Virginia, Maryland, Georgetown. It was like teams that I guess they thought I would go to because I'm from Maryland in the D.C. Virginia. So they put I don't know what you call it. They just said I couldn't go to those schools.
They could put a ban at that time?
Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah. Wow. So I couldn't go. Those schools were recruiting, but I couldn't go there. So my coach at Siena, Rob Lanier, that got fired, was an assistant coach with the coach at Miami at the time at Texas, like previous years. He was like, look, I got a player, Jack McClinton. He can come in. He'll be a good practice player. He'll get your guys better. He's not going to be a superstar, but like he's going to help your program. My dad sent the highlight tape to Miami. I go on a visit to Miami for the official visit. And my man, Rob Height, who was on the team, shout out Rob Height, took me on a visit in Miami.
You can say you can give the details of the visit.
I'm like, bro.
A lot different than Siena College.
What? No, Siena, you got snow up to here, Miami, Palm Beaches, beautiful women, Latinas. It's all it's like a whole different
There's a whole
place
different
he got
vibe,
game shit. Like this shit crazy. Like, I don't need to go nowhere else. Yeah. And then mind you, go back to my best friend, Darrell Wright, who was on my prep school team. He got drafted to the Heat after prep school, so he was already on the Heat.
So your man was already
my man on the Heat. He got the mansion in the Grove. He got his money. So I'm like, shit. If I go to Miami, and mind you, everybody like, bro, there's no way you can transfer. You're not going to play. You're going to the ACC. It's like big dogs.
That's what. So what I thought. So your mentality was like, so you thought you were just going to be a practice player if you went to Miami.